Hey, have you ever tried anything that you had little experience or training for? At the moment I'm experiencing that myself, and I have a few things to share. Hi, my name's Julian Biddle, and I'm talking about today winging it. Specifically for me, I'm trying to use a new programming language called Lua for doing scripting in the game I'm working on. And I thought, well, any programming language is like another, right? Well, yeah, it is, but I'm finding myself using Google a heck of a lot more than I would be just using something I was familiar with, and it's got me thinking now that probably before starting to do programming, it's advisable to do a bit of research and a bit of training, even if you are an experienced programmer. I think that goes for a lot of other things as well. Another book I'm reading at the moment is The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. It's a sort of like a guide for up-and-coming CEOs. Anyway, he talks about CEOs and organisations and how there are what he calls type 1 and type 2 personalities. A type 1 personality is someone who's a visionary, who's very good at strategy, about making decisions, sometimes with very little information. Then he talks about other executives in organisations who he calls type 2s, who are very good at functional and operational roles. They are good at getting the research, getting the facts, and executing really well. And he says that both styles are beneficial, but for an organisation to grow, obviously the type 1, the typical founder and entrepreneur, is desirable, whereas the type 2 is probably better for a more maintenance role. Anyway, he talks about those things in the context of succession and how those personality traits neither are particularly good on their own. They've got to be used in combination, which is easier said than done. So I think that winging it is a good thing. I mean, I'm pretty good at winging a lot of things, but I think that sometimes it is necessary to step back and say, this is probably worth training on a bit. It's probably worth having a good understanding. Speaking of which, I think it's taken me hours to understand how classes are implemented in Lua. It's a real pain. Anyway, that's all for today. That's winging it.